And by the way, I got a very excellent exclusive video lined up for Friday. It's a very exclusive opportunity. I got invited to something, a launch event. I can't really talk about it. You'll see the video on Friday. All right, so subscribe and hit the bell. This video was a very difficult video to make, but I guess I had to get it off my chest for you guys. So in this video, I want to outline some of the risks involved with NIO stock. Now, a lot of this stuff may already be priced in, and my purpose isn't to generate fear whatsoever, and it should be known that none of this is financial advice. And most of what I'm saying is just my personal opinion combined with the way I see things. And also keep in mind that in my personal opinion, even if the stock drops further, that would be a blessing in disguise, an excellent opportunity to buy up at discounted prices, not financial advice. So some of the big risks involved that people may not fully understand, and I guess even if you guys do, the context of understanding might be a little bit different from how I understand things, so bear with me on this. The first one is, of course, the outlook for real estate here in China. It should be made very clear that real estate is the backbone of Chinese economy. About 70% of wealth from China comes from real estate. Now, one of the famous prophecies from Jack Ma, and love him or hate him, but his prophecies have all come true. And he's a hugely respected guy here in China. Of course, the founder of Alibaba, etc. And it was, his prophecies are just his personal opinion. But boy, oh boy, his opinions come true. And one of those, his personal opinion, is the fact that real estate will eventually be worth as much as cabbages and lettuces on the street. Meaning that there will be inevitably a huge crash, and just nobody wants to buy real estate. And part of his analysis of this is due to the fact that the real estate here in China is all leveraged up, so propped up for the past 20 years. It was basically, even if you're a dumbass, you just buy real estate and you can become super wealthy. And there's a phrase that, just buy real estate and lie down and then you'll be wealthy. And that's no longer the case. And the other part has to do with the fundamental differences in real estate in China and also the rest of the world. Here in China, you don't actually own the place. You only have 70 years of ownership. Some places only 50. So it seems like a very long time, but you don't own any land. You just basically, it's a 70-year rental contract. And then after that, everything belongs to the country, belongs to the government. Nobody owns the land except the government. That's why you're seeing a lot of the super wealthy people in China buy real estate abroad, because buying it here isn't actually buying, it's rental. It's 70-year rental. And there's also reports that China is looking at letting go of restrictions on housing prices, because they've made it pretty much illegal to lower prices on housing, do kind of discounts to sell housing, that kind of stuff. Removing those restrictions makes it a free market. There's going to be people that are lowering prices like crazy to get rid of those new homes. And it is absolutely a seller's market. If you buy a home, it is super hard to sell it unless you just sell at a massive loss. So a lot of people, including me, believe that real estate prices may not have seen the bottom and it will continue to slide, because 20-year bull market and then you only have a 2-year correction. Nah. And there's even some people saying that the banks are in so much trouble because they got so much mortgage debt. They gotta clear out, sell homes as fast as they can. Foreclose and auction. There's already a lot of that, but there's gonna be even more. Now, I don't think we'll see like a huge system-wide collapse of the banks, but they are under a lot of stress. All right, let's make that clear. The second potential risk is, of course, the whole entire geopolitical risk. We live in a very strange time where there's several wars going on. People are still living their days like nothing's going on, like nothing's happened. I mean, you got the war in Ukraine, that's one thing, and then you got the war in Israel that's happening, absolutely crazy. And whilst the United States is distracted by them, China do something. Now, for this part of the video, I guess some of you guys may tend to disagree with me, but I think Elon Musk, he puts it the best. You guys either love him or hate him, but for me, I respect the guy, but I do have to agree with him on this one thing that he said, and that is the fact that China would perhaps inevitably invade Taiwan. There is some inevitability to it. That's what he said. And I guess it's very difficult for Westerners to fully comprehend that. What are you talking about, China invades Taiwan? Look, here in China, everybody sees Taiwan as a province. When you see those basketball games of China versus Taiwan, it's China versus province of Taiwan. China country team versus Taiwan province team. When you have exports from the province of Taiwan, here in China, it's already regarded as a province. Of course, I'm not saying that I want Taiwan to be invaded. No. I'm sure Elon Musk doesn't want Taiwan to get invaded either. But it's not up to us to decide. And there is, like you said, an inevitability to it. China, for the past 60 some years, has been constantly building up the military. For what purpose? What purpose do you think they built up the military for? They've never ended the war officially with the Kuomintang, which is the government of Taiwan pretty much. And many people are saying that Xi Jinping is perhaps going to get the job done in his term. Now, let's make it clear that China wants to invade Taiwan. There's no question about it. And it wouldn't be, quote unquote, invade to them. For Westerners, we'll call it invasion. But for them, it's more like wrapping their arms around Taiwan, getting our brothers back. Now, the only thing that's preventing this from happening is their ability and how much they trust their own ability to get the job done. And I think, in my personal opinion, that China's military isn't fully confident that they can get the job done. And it's very hard for Westerners to understand that China wants to invade Taiwan, and it's ingrained in their bones. It doesn't matter what I say, doesn't matter what other guys say, doesn't matter what Americans say, China wants to get Taiwan, just the way it is. The only thing stopping it is their trust in their ability. And America's willing to protect Taiwan, so that's going to scare China off for a while. And I believe that even if we do go to that state, I'm sure management for NIO has a plan what they'll do if that day comes. Every company has a plan about what they'll do if that day comes and they get sanctioned and stuff like that happens. And I think NIO is one of the companies that is most sanction proof against American sanctions. We all pray for peace and prosperity, and I hope none of this happens. All right, I hope Jack Ma is wrong. I hope that the U.S. continues to push off China and really scare China, not let them do it, because this is what China always wanted. All right, as always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.